Energy and passion is a well full of unreturnable gold of unknown depth. If this were life, we do best to spend wisely, just in case the depths were shallow. But it's a game, so dig deep and spend every piece just in case the depths are infinite. The regret of burning out early pales in comparison to having a lot left in the tank in the end.
What's up, y'all? How you guys doing, man? Hey, we are here on, what is it, Wednesday? Something like that. All right, so we will be talking about Thursday stuff. We have workouts tonight since it's Wednesday, and great job. I told the people that came to the morning workouts this morning, there were 3 again. We're trying to get a 4th one so that Connor can have a partner. We have Gavin Witt and Noah Masseth and Connor Rush all coming to the 6 a.m. workouts. That's a lot of kids, man. If they keep coming, I don't know. This might be something special. But it really works well in groups of 2 so that no one goes, like by themselves. But it's an awesome start. And Noah asked me a question of who is, what's up, Sean Amin, and what's up, Connor Rush? Hello, welcome to the party. If you're here, check in. And someone asked me, it was Noah that asked me, who was the all-time leader in a month's attendance? We know who the all-time leader all-time is, and that is Ian Salmon with 1,331 workouts. But who was the all-time leader for a month? All right, and I had to do some digging. I knew who it was, but I guessed the wrong number. All right, so I knew that it was Derek Cortarba. All right, and I remember he came to a lot, like 1 January, like a ton, and he was like exhausted. So my guess was like 38. All right, I was wrong, and it was his little brother, Calvin Cortarba, right here, who's going to be graduating next year. He did this in 2017, so that was 5 years ago for a junior. A sophomore, sorry. So that was back when he was in 5th grade. And he's the one who got 38 or 37.5 for the month. And this guy right here above him, Derek Cortarba, He got 52, I believe. All right. I posted it on our Twitter page. You scroll down below a few things. This is this year stuff in 2022. So this is almost the end of January. We have a few more days. All right. And this is them a few years ago. If you click on it, let me see where it is. Click on it, go up. There it goes. So this is Derek Cortarba had 52.5. Calvin Cortarba has 37.5. That means that they were even late one day. Should have had higher. My best probably 8. Probably less than that. So you can see what you could do. And if you show up to all the workouts, I mean, it would be 6 days a week for the or 5 days a week for the, what is that called? For the boot camps. So that's like 20 right there. And then if you come every single day for the month, which we have stuff every single day, that would be 30 more. So that's like 50. Then we have games. You can probably play like 4 or 5 games. So that would be like 55. And then we'll have like a clinic at some point, a combine at some point, and then the pick and roll thing. So that's like 58 possible things. So Derek came pretty close to like perfection for the month. You know who's perfect every single month for the last 10 years? Moi. Showing up. Now I don't have to work out, so I'm not totally exhausted. I do have homework and stuff like that. I mean, like I have stuff to do. Maybe not as much as you guys do, or maybe more. I'm not sure. As an adult, I'm not sure who has more work to do. I do know that like if I don't do my work, I'm homeless. If you don't do your work, you get a bad grade. So I mean, it's a little different, but I show up a lot, and so it's possible. That's all I have to say. It's possible. So if you're looking to strive to do this, it might be a cool thing to do for 1 month out of your entire life, just to see what it's like. Because if you think that like Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, this is Kobe's day, right? The day that Kobe died 2 years ago. If you think that he didn't work this hard, well, you got another thing coming, right? Of course he worked this hard, all right? But I bet you he didn't work like a ridiculous amount harder. I mean, I think if you can do this, you're pretty darn close. Especially when he was like 12, 13, 14, all right? I assure you that, man, if you aren't keeping up to him when he was that age, you are ridiculously close. If you could do stuff like this. And if you look at the other people, like Morgan Gutzwiller, Devin Cadlick, they are about at our top guys' levels. So we had 6 kids, Ian Salmon's right there, that were showing up a ton. If I get a bad enough grade, I'll be homeless too. I can imagine. You'll beat it this summer. We will see. We will see when the season ends. I plan to be at the gym a lot more. All right, man. We will see you then. I hardly ever do high schoolers come. Connor Rush is the exception, and Emma Godfrey, she was the exception as well. Those have been our 2 like high schoolers that have shown up during the season. In the history of our program that have just kept coming throughout the season. So those are pretty special human beings. So great job to those 2, and great job to you as well. Anyway, let's begin. Let's just start off backwards. I never start off with the trivia like this, but let's start with the trivia, then just go straight backwards, just for the heck of it. All right. So trivia question today is, we got Finn Kaufman leading with 10. We got Connor Rush right behind him with 7. And then Gavin Witt and Dylan Devaney with just 1. All right. What's up, Gavin Witt? You'll get 62. I guess we'll see. I guess we do have the camps going on in June. That could actually bump it up. But I don't think that we do anything on the night of the camps. So, yes. The trivia question today, pretty easy Google one. Impossible to know this, I don't think. Even if you were like older and you were like around during this dude's time, you would not know this question, all right? Because he went by a nickname. So the nickname is this. What was Red Auerbach's first name? Red was his nickname, okay? He got his nickname in Brooklyn. He was named nicknamed Red for his shock of red hair and fiery temper. He began professional coaching with the Washington Capitals of the BAA, the Basketball Association of America, before the NBA combined with the NBL. And he spent a season with the Tri-Cities, today's Atlanta Hawks. and then joined the Celtics in 1950, where he went on to win a whole bunch of championships. All right. So the question is, what was his real name? Jacob? Is it John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith? I don't know, not believe. So yes, that is it. His real name is Arnold. His real name is Arnold, and Sean Amin missed it by a little bit. But you also can't guess twice, Sean. But his real name is Arnold. And you know what? I would rename myself to Red too if my name was Arnold. I'm not sure about the name Arnold. Well, Sean Amin tried to be the upset person today, but Finn Kaufman now has Connor Rush right on his heels, and we will move on from there. Great job with that. Again, continue with our. No, it's me, Connor. I don't know, buddy. I thought you said middle name. Oh, middle name. No, his real name. His real name. Oh, was that his middle name too? Arnold Jacob? So he could have just been like an AJ. I don't know. All right. Well, let's go with continue with our theme of going backwards today. We have your finger slips. We have the high school drills. Okay, this is not what we're doing tomorrow. We're only doing the middle school drills until the high schoolers get back, and then we'll try to split it up again so we can follow your book. But for right now, we're gonna do the middle school drills on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and actually every single day of the week. So it's gonna kind of be in between. But know that if it's a high school drill, so like this stuff, this is the stuff that we did on Monday. When we talk about the elementary school stuff, that's the stuff that we're gonna be doing on Friday. I think, yeah. And when we talk about the middle school stuff, that's the stuff that we're doing on the day of the workout, like that Wednesday. So you'll eventually go through all these anyways. All right, but we have the wall floor tap dribbles. That's what we did last Monday, I believe. All right, then double team step through, which is a very, very valuable tool. All right, it's pump faking and then seeing one of the 6 different windows. And when you get double team, know that someone's wide open. You can't turn your back to them. You can't turn sideways to them. You got to stay straight. You got to pump fake high, step down low. Be able to pass with the left hand and the right hand, high and low. Be able to pass down the middle high or step through the middle, and they can't guard you all 6 of those things. You start through with your foot first, and then your body follows. And then a much more important thing, we need somebody. Since they're being guarded by 3 people, the other 4 people, someone needs to flash. Everyone needs to flash to a possible destination that is different than everyone else's destination so that you can't do it. If we have some like lame duck, like a person who's like, I don't really want the ball, and they're like a million miles away going, bow, 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 that's not good either. All right. So we need everyone flashing toward the ball so that when we get double teamed, it's actually to our advantage. All right. 2 people really shouldn't be able to stop one person. Not when they're just holding their hands up and they're not allowed to foul. All right, your hands can only go so many places. All right, we also have play key points. These are Tuesday stuff, right? So yes, this is the stuff that we did on Tuesday. Sorry, for team practice. Play with key points. Getting inside the key gets you a point. Scale and hype is our flare cut to our to hype is whenever we dribble down to the wing or dribble out to the wing cuts back door to the basket, and then he'll post someone up. So we'll call hype whenever we want. We might do that. Hype whenever we want like a mismatch to post up the player. Worst name is Eugene. I could imagine that. You sacrifice for Connor to win. I could imagine that as well. All right. And then 49 seconds down by 3 with free throws. We talked about that. 5-on-5 winners run. That's if you win, you have to run at the end of the game. Moving on, we have our story of the day. Watch it.
Not all of us have inspirational rags to riches stories, or enormously heartbreaking tales to push us to greater heights, or restrictions that have created an eternal flame of passion within our souls. Nevertheless, you still must have a chip on your shoulder, even if you have no reason to have one there at all.
You must have a chip on your shoulder, even if you have no reason to have one there at all. That is deep, all right. And with that last frame, it was with the previous one, it was Patrick Beverly, and this dude has a chip on his shoulder, right? If he didn't, he would not be in the league. Period. All right, like legit was like selling drugs and just like on the street. And like homeless at some point or something like that. Something crazy, right? Some crazy story. And he's always fighting to stay in the league. And if he didn't fight, he legit would not be in the league, right? But then you have Steph Curry, whose dad was an NBA player, taught him how to shoot. He was a high draft pick right away, right? He had some like ankle issues, some hip issues, but like overall his life has been pretty blessed. Then he goes out there and he gets the MVP. And he breaks the record for three-pointers by a lot in a season. Broke the record by a lot. And then he comes back after getting the MVP with a chip on his shoulder larger than life itself. Because he wanted more. So he re-broke his record and like plays with that chip. Even though like he was like a rich kid growing up. Plays with a chip on his shoulder all the time as if like everyone's doubting him. Even though if you ask anyone on earth who's the best shooter of all time, they're going to be like, okay, besides Steph Curry? Like no one's doubting him. His enemies aren't doubting him and he still gets in the gym and gets after it. Like everyone's doubting him. You go with that chip on your shoulder. And when I was growing up, man, I pretty much had a lot of stuff handed to me as well. I was always just like, super tall, athletic, everything like that. Never had to like really want for anything. Like we had enough money. And I still to this day play with the chip on my shoulder. I can't wait until someone like talks trash to me and like tries to disrespect me. I will make up any reason. I used to straight lie to my teammates and be like, "Did you hear that these guys were talking about our moms like that?" And they're like, "Do you know them?" I'm like, "Nah, never met them before," right? And like you have to play like everyone's against you or like any like small thing is against you because man, it's so great to prove people wrong. And if everyone believes in you, I don't know, find the one person on earth that does disagree. Because you can't get complacent. You can't rest on your laurels. So play with the chip on your shoulder, even if you have no reason to have that chip there. All right. It's everyone versus Finn. Yep. So that's why Finn has a chip on his shoulder. Sleeps in his pit bull cage. Reminds me a bit of Kobe. Kobe is like that as well, right? Rest in peace, Kobe. Did you hear the numerology thing? I do not like the numerology things, okay? They're very stupid. You just make up stuff, right? But there's this one. This is the day that Kobe Bryant died. The Lakers are 24-24 for their record. And they're also in 8th place. Both of Kobe's numbers. That's random. And last game was the exact game that LeBron James passed Kobe as the all-time leader in games played. What? This is crazy. Anyways, so maybe that means that the Lakers are going to win the championship. I don't know. I don't think that's what it means, but you never know. As a Laker fan, we will cling to anything, man. Saying let him shoot to coach an open gym is the biggest mistake one can make. Oh, by far. All right, moving on. We got our middle school stuff. This is the stuff that we will be doing during practice. So if you want to practice this stuff beforehand, before our what is today? Is it Wednesday? Is it Wednesday today? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So if you want to practice this stuff before our practice tomorrow, we have our Thursday practice for our team practice. This is the stuff that we will be doing. I'm going to talk about it now so that you understand it by then. All right. 1, layups. Just layup lines. It's one of our workouts that one of our warm-ups that we do for our games. Hopefully we can get through all of them after a while. Last time we did, on Tuesday, we did horseshoe shots. Eventually I want us to go from drill to drill to drill to drill real quick. And then we can do that before a game starts, like with 5 minutes to go. But we have to perfect these drills because each of these drills you can use for the games, whether it be spin moves, the horseshoe drill, or whatever, our defense drill where we do our help side defense drill. All right, but there's also this one, just regular layups, but it's sprinting in, getting the ball up and out in front of you, and being able to score a speedy layup, right or left-handed. All right, so we'll practice on that. Then the next one is we have sideline out of bounds for shots. Our sideline out of bounds play, it looks like this right here. All right, so let me clear all this stuff. Jeez Louise. All right, so for sideline out of bounds, I drew on it. All right, sideline out of bounds. There we go. All right, we have the basketball will be right here, and let's say the shooting guard's taking the ball out of bounds. It doesn't really matter. And the point guard's right there. This guy's right there. That guy's right here, and this guy's right there. All right, move these guys out the way, plus the ball. Thank you very much. All right, so what's going to happen is this. All right, these guys, let me move them right here. This guy will set a screen for the point guard. All right? And this guy will set a screen for the small forward. But notice that the screens are going to be long and short. Long for the top guy, short for the low post. All right? And this guy will come off this screen and go all the way to the corner. At the same time that this guy fakes down and comes up like this. So they will both screen away, but one of them will stay still. That center person will stay still. All right? And after he sets the screen right here, he's going to flare out like this for a long potential pass. After he sets the screen down low, he'll post up for a long potential pass. As this guy comes off this screen, he's looking for the ball as well. And as this guy comes off this screen right here, he's looking for the ball as well. This guy will probably get the ball. And after he gets the ball, he's looking to penetrate and pass. This guy would normally step in and fire a shot off. And that's how we're going to run our play, sideline out of bounds. However, for the shooting, we're going to use this to get up shots. All right. This guy will have 2 basketballs in his hand and also 2 basketballs on the floor. All right, so he'll have 4 basketballs total. All right, it's kind of hard to be the passer, but whatever. That's why we're practicing. All right, so they're all right there. So as they come off these screens, he comes to there, he posts up, he screens across, he fakes down, comes up like this. This guy will pass the ball to any one of these people. All right, with his right hand. As he makes the pass, this guy will decide to drive and then kick it to whomever he wants. Whoever he passes the ball to, he's got it. All right, this guy can back out, whatever. And then he'll pass the ball in to everyone else too. This guy shoots, he will shoot his shot. He'll pass it to him. He'll pick up the balls and pass it to the other people. Then everybody will eventually shoot their shot. And after all those shots are shot, then these 5 guys will rotate. All right, if they started out right here, they can rotate. This guy will go here. This guy will go there, and there. And then we'll run the play again, put all the balls back in their starting locations, and we will run this for shots. So that's about as much as I can explain it to you. Hopefully you guys understand it so that we can just do this during practice as opposed to describing it for 80 years. All right? Very, very simple. All right. Connor, that's a low blow. Fenner can't make these. He has an Android. Saying, let's see, what will it look like on Finn's screen? We never know. All right. Anyways, going backwards again, let's check our picture of the day. Oh, wait, did I go through all those? Let me check. Picture of the day. Oh, yeah, we also have to talk about zone flex screens. That's just playing over the screen. Don't let anyone screen you in or screen you out. We'll talk about that during practice as well. And then we have our... What is this one? Reading and reacting. Oh, I usually read the ones that are messed up pretty well, but I can't read them today. All right. So the one for the middle school right there is, yes, don't cross half court on the trap. Reading, reacting on the fly to either retreat or go. It's one of my favorite drills. I like this one because crossing half court on the trap is what makes a press sort of. And if you can stay awake to the idea that you're about to cross half court and then retreat dribble instead, you'll be a much smarter player and make much smarter decisions. Or if there isn't a screen, then you'll go. For this particular drill, we'll make it very, very simple for you. We'll have a guy guarding you, leading you up the sideline, and then another person that will either blitz you for the double team, in which case you go retreat dribble and then pass, or he'll just have a seat and then you just go straight for a layup. So it's a very simple drill, but with a very complicated premise. All right, 0 to 3 seconds, down by 3 with free throws. If there's 2 seconds left and you're down by 3 and you have free throws, you need to miss one on purpose, okay? So you want to make one, all right? You want to make one and then you want to miss one. If you miss the first one, then on your next shot, you have to have people spot up for a 3-point shot. If you make the first one, now you have everyone crash because you have more people crashing and going for a 2 and trying to hit someone, okay? That's about as simple as that. 5-on-5, Nash then dash. This is where we have someone run the Nash drill and then you guys play 5-on-5 and then the loser has to run an Astro. So it could be the best team, the better team who ran the first time, might have to run twice. All right, he is insane. That white guy can shoot. Oh yeah, that's the next thing right there. All right, where we have our picture of the day is the biggest comeback of the year. All right, we have the Clippers were down 35 points. 35 points. All right, to Washington Wizards. And man, I just got to tell you guys, if you're down by that much, you just keep plugging away. You keep plugging away, and I'm sure you guys have all heard that, and you keep working, keep working, keep working. There's a tale of two halves, blah, blah, blah. But the much more complicated one is the opposite side that I feel no one ever talks about. If someone's digging into your lead and it goes from 35 to 20, 20 to 10, 10 to 2, you have to notice that as a point guard, as a leader, from the beginning, when it went from 35 to 30. As soon as it goes from 35 to 28 or something like that, you got to put the brakes on everything. And you got to slow everyone down. Like, pretend like you're only up by 7 and then play a completely different game because there are now holes in your boat. All right, and I know it's just a couple of holes, but you're so far away from the shore that those couple of holes, you know where it's going to go from there. So I'm much more disappointed in the Washington Wizards than I am excited for the Clippers. The Clippers, what they did, anyone can be motivated to do that, but it takes a smart, wise, and just a savvy team to recognize that a 35-point lead, that's now 20-point lead, it's a danger zone. But at the same time, you've got to stay confident because you got that lead for a reason. You can't start freaking out either. All right? So you calmly just do what got you there. You find new mismatches. Maybe they change their game plan so you can change yours. All right? You try to solve it calmly. All right? But understand that every single possession is of utmost importance. And the worst thing that you can do is get turnovers during this time. Turnovers fuel them more than anything. All right? Second worst thing that you can do is to give up threes. All right? Because threes, they can come back even further, or even N1. So you want to play solid defense. All right? And again, rebounding is probably the most important thing in any game, especially defensive rebounds, because they're not going to make their first shot. If you box them out and you secure a rebound and you just eat up clock, then eventually the whole game's going to go away anyways. All right? So realize that the game isn't just over. And this is not the time to empty the bench and stuff like that. All right? You want to keep your foot on their neck and keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. Moving on. Let's check our homework real quick. Who's doing the homework? Connor Rush, back to doing the homework. Still owes me the runs at the end of the month, but yes. Gavin Witt adding some wrong things to our thing, but it's all right. I guess I just erase it. All right. Try not to add anything besides the homework to our playlist, but all right. Anyways, good job with the homework, especially from you three. We got Connor, Gavin, and Noah posting stuff as always. You guys are definitely carrying our program, so great job to that. All right. Then I missed the game winner to add insult to injury. My team choked so hard. We were up 12 at half. Then the guys stopped running plays because they were happy, and I kept telling them to run plays, but they didn't listen. Unbelievable. Yes, indeed. He's a mirror of Connor and Luke Kennard. Connor wishes he was Luke Kennard. All right. Moving on, just talking about this one real quick. We got our elementary stuff, which is star passing, post catch, quick finish, 3-on-3 defensive positioning. Dribble, repeat, reverse. What is that? Oh, man. See, I can't ever read those ones. All right. Press, break, reverse, repeat. Nope. Yep. Yes. 2 sides of 3. Dribble, retreat, pass, and then rotate. I like this one because it kind of it makes the whole press break seem very, very easy. So we get to practice that one. 3 people on one side, 3 people on the other side, and we just dribble forward, retreat, dribble, swing the ball, and then the other side does the same thing as we switch positions, and then they'll pass it back to us. All right, it's pretty simple. All right, see you later, Connor Rush. And then we got 4 to 9 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then bigs versus guards. So all this stuff will be done on a future day, so probably next Tuesday. All right. To finish up, we got our quote of the day. Quote of the day is, be content and discontented. simultaneously. All right, sounds like a Chinese proverb or something like that. But yes, that's true. All right, you got to be happy of where you are in life. You got to be content. You got to understand that, like, you can't have it all. All right, you can't do everything. You can't be super sad and then just give up. You can't be like, oh my God, my ceiling is so low. If I work my hardest, I can only make D2. What is that? You know, you can't be like that. You have to be content. You have to be content with yes. You're short. If you try your hardest, you can only make D3. Yes, absolutely. But then you must also be discontented at the same time. All right, simultaneously. All right, you must be discontented in the fact that you should strive to get more than you were just capable of getting. All right, so you should be content enough to keep trying, but discontented enough to try as hard as you possibly can. All right, and I think during different times of your life, you'll need to instill one of these two things. All right, sometimes you'll need to up the discontentment. All right, like when you win a game by 20, and you get the award, and everyone's cheering for you, and your parents take you out to dinner. You need to up the discontentment. Like, it wasn't good enough. Nah, you should have won by 30. And then you must be content during some other times when you're like down and out and you feel like quitting, and like you just like got dunked on 18 times in the game. Everyone laughs at you. Your girl, she dumped you for the other team's mascot, and you gotta figure that out and be content and say that you tried your hardest, that you truly gave it a go, just to keep going forward. Basically, whichever one of these two things, contentment or discontentment, whichever one of them makes you go harder and makes you go faster, use during that moment. And I promise you, in life, with the ups and downs that life offers you, it's going to be pretty even. So be content and discontented simultaneously. All right. If you guys haven't started doing your challenges, man, do your challenges. It's in the book, or the books, or whichever book you happen to have. Okay, the full book, the half book, whatever. Those are your challenges every single day. If you are on January and you haven't watched the January movie yet, don't forget that first grade's movie is Air Bud. Second grade is The Air Up There. A lot of airs. Third grade, Bang the Drum Slowly. Fourth grade, A League of Their Own. Fifth grade, A Knight's Tale. Sixth grade, 42. Seventh grade, Balls of Fury. Eighth grade, Caddyshack. Ninth grade, The Battle of the Sexes. 10th grade, Cobb. 11th grade, 61. And 12th grade, my favorite movie on the list is Above the Rim. So watch those movies for inspiration, so you can keep going. And I will see anyone who's coming to practice. I'll see y'all in a second. Or coming to the workout. Anyone coming to practice tomorrow, I'll see you then. All right, you guys. Keep working. Never give up. All right, you guys. Peace out. All right, peace.